welcome back to my channel. Today I have a monthly June message for all of the Scorpios out in the collective. Please note this is going to be a general reading, so it will not resonate with every single Scorpio out in the collective. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen Into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I'm a psychic, intuitive, and a spiritual essence coach, and I provide you with guidance, wisdom, and inspiration every other week right here on this channel. Without further ado, Scorpio, let's dive right into your monthly message. All right, Scorpio, you know the drill. This is going to be a 9-card draw, so let's get shuffling. What information and what insight can you offer Scorpio this month, Spirit? Okay. All right, we are starting off at the King of Pentacles in reverse here, Scorpio. So I feel like okay, this is interesting. Because the King of Pentacles is really about our resources. But a lot of times when it's in reverse, it's where are you being a little bit greedy with yourself, right? Whether it's the time that you're spending with certain people, are you not spending enough time with yourself? Are you not sharing your knowledge, your wisdom? I feel like what this is saying is that there's a little bit of self-righteousness and greed going on here, Scorpios. And so I feel like this is what is needing to be evaluated. Now, we also have the Queen of Pentacles in the same row, and in between them is the Ten of Swords. So understand that when we have a king and a queen of the same suit here, that truly represents divine counterparts. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to be an actual relationship reading because I don't really feel that that's what this is. But I'm sort of looking at this as masculine, divine masculine, and divine feminine energy. So I really want to point out here, Scorpio, and this is probably for just a few of you out in the collective. I feel like a lot of you are sort of transitioning into this phase where you're needing to come out of your divine masculine and sort of turn your back on that negative connotation that you have on misogyny, like that kind of stuff, because what you're really needing to embrace is this divine feminine energy that's very loving and very nurturing. And I feel like this is representative of yourself. So as I mentioned earlier, what area, okay, when it comes to divine masculine is really about giving, right? And because it's in reverse, what I'm really hearing is this greed and this self-righteousness. Like, I don't have to share my information with you. I don't have to, it's more like I'm not willing to part with something, or I don't want to have to give of, I don't want to have to share. I don't want to have to give of myself. And so I feel that this is that greed that's sort of coming through, that sort of needs to be, you got to walk away from it. Like, I keep hearing that, like, it's something that you've got to be willing to let go. It's something you're ultimately going to have to work on, and understand that the reason it's going to come up a lot this month is because you're leveling up, right? A lot of times when we have divine counterpart energy, you know, divine masculine and divine feminine, that sort of comes up and it sort of portrays itself outside of you, it's because you're now entering another phase of your ascension and your awakening. So I just want to point out here that, you know, you're really needing to evaluate this divine masculine energy. Okay, so where you are is this King of Pentacles, and I remember I said this is like this greed, like, I don't have to share, I don't have to give of myself, I don't have to, you know, I don't want to give you anything, I don't want to share my knowledge, I don't want to share my resources. That's kind of what I'm picking up here. This is where you are. Now, what is your theme? Your theme is the Ten of Swords, which means that life, you know, that mentality is behind you. And now you're now needing to turn, like, I feel like what this is really saying is that you're now moving. You are moving in an entirely new direction that is moving you towards your divine feminine energy here. And the Ten of Swords is understanding that something that was a trial period for you, something that was very exhausting and burdened you to the point that it literally killed you, right? Like it was just that exhausting. It was so draining. That's now behind you. It's time for you to leave that in the past. Let it be what it is. Leave it there. And it's now time for you to face towards a new day. Now, I want to point out here that the King of Pentacles is facing the past, right? So understand here, Scorpio, that your past is in the past. You cannot change your past. Your past is what it is, okay? And the Ten of Swords is facing your future. Your future lies in the balancing of your divine feminine and divine masculine. Understanding that the divine masculine cannot be healed, cannot be whole without the divine feminine. And we all have divine feminine and divine masculine within us. So understand that your theme this month is really about turning towards your divine feminine to understand and know that you have all of the resources that you need to accomplish and to become all that you are. Okay? Now, what are you accomplishing? Queen of Pentacles energy. This is divine feminine energy. The Queen of Pentacles is the ruler over all of the resources in this physical plane, as is the King of Pentacles. But understanding that where you currently are, you're in this space where like, I don't want to share, I don't want to give. But divine feminine energy is about receiving. And I feel like this might actually have something to do here with this pain, the sorrow, the disappointment, the fear, anxiety, like all of this stuff from your past that you've sort of held onto for a very long time. But Spirit is really saying it's time that you turn that anger, that anguish, that fear, that anxiety into love, because the only way that you're going to get past that is through love. That's what I mean by that leveling up. It's coming to the terms and to understanding that as we ascend and as we grow and expand, we become more in alignment with the frequency of oneness, of pure divine essence and love. And that is ultimately what you are accomplishing here with this divine feminine, with this Queen of Pentacles. Also understand that I feel that when you, Queen of Pentacles knows that she's provided for, that she's supported. So she is very nurturing. She's very giving. She gives of herself freely, without question, because she knows that everything that she needs is already going to be provided for her. It will be easily accessible to her. So she has no need to hold on to what she could give freely. Okay. Now, what do you need to avoid? Okay. You have the Chariot here. Now, I feel that what you're avoiding with this Chariot is movement, okay? You are avoiding moving out of your past because you know that ultimately it is going to require a lot of work on your part. Understanding that when we level up, it gets harder. Like shit gets real. And you might think, you know what? I thought I worked on that already. I thought I faced that fear or that anxiety or that, you know, whatever you've got going on in your mind, but it comes in another layer. Understanding that as we grow and as we ascend, we are shedding old layers of who we once thought we were or who we were. Not really truly understanding that all these excessive layers is simply just old rotted stuff that needs to be shed away. Okay, so I feel that what you need to, what you're avoiding here is movement. You're avoiding moving forward. And here's the thing. I feel like you're waiting for someone or something to sort of say, this is the direction that you need to go in. Understand that when the Chariot comes into play, Chariot really represents fate. It is a part of your destiny. And you use your sheer will to move it and to will your direction. Like there's no reins. He is not controlling these horses. He is using his will, his power, and his own innate sheer capacity to know that it's going to lead him exactly where he's desiring to go. It's what he's put into it, right? His emotion, his trust, his faith, and his belief. So what do you need to embrace? The Eight of Pentacles. Understand that when the Eight of Pentacles is up as the heart of your reading, it's really about mastering oneself. This is one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people right now in the spiritual community are talking about shadow work. And they've been talking about it for a long time. But as a spiritual coach, you will often hear me reference shadow work as climbing the mountain of self, because that is truly what we are doing. We are learning to climb our own insecurities, our own faults, our own imperfections. We are learning to master ourselves. We are unbecoming who we have thought ourselves to be. And we are learning to embrace who we are at the core. And the Eight of Pentacles is really about that. It's doing the work. It's becoming the master of something, of yourself, because you are all that truly matters. Now, what is the obstacle? I feel that the past pain, the past sorrow, the past fear, the past anxiety, all of that is the obstacle that you're going to face. I feel like a lot of times when we level up, it's those kinds of fears that are a part of our ego, or that defined who we were at one specific time. Now understand that I personally feel, and my guides have told me, that we are shifting timelines very rapidly and very quickly. And a lot of us are in different various timelines, right? That's how quickly some of us are ascending and some of us are growing and transitioning into our next phase of our ascension, right? Understand that anytime that we feed into the fear, or we feed into the sorrow or the sadness, that vibration automatically zaps you back into a different timeline, a different time and space. And so it's important for you to understand that it's all about frequency. It's all about vibration. It's all about how you feel. And I feel that your obstacle is really going to be learning to, number one, learning to see it for what it is, but also learning to see it through the eyes of love. Forgiveness. It ultimately is forgiveness. That is the true key here. Learning to forgive oneself and others, but more importantly, oneself. Okay. Now, what is your support? King of Wands energy. I absolutely love this. Now, you had two kings. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Because one of them is reversed, that means that this is a conflicting energy, right? And I want to point out here that the King of Wands is a very confident energy. And it's a leader, right? And I feel that your support is understanding that you are the leader of your own life here, Scorpio. You must take the lead, and you must stand bold and strong and courageous in order to become who you know you are, right? But that means that you have to be willing to let go of that fear or that anxiety that you have in regards to letting other people be a part of your team and help you along the way. Because kind of what I'm hearing in my head with this King of Pentacles in reverse up here, where you currently are, is you're like, it's all me. I don't want to be a part of, I don't want anyone to be a part of my success, or I don't want anyone to be a part of my career. I don't want to share what I've learned or what I've gained, right? It's greed, okay? It's selfishness that I keep hearing. But this King of Wands here he's understanding, okay? He's understanding that it takes a team, right? You and your spirit team have to co-create together. You have to work together in order for you to be able to ascend and transition into this next phase. And he's able to understand that as when you all work together, you are able to harmonize everything, okay? Now, what's your action? The Three of Cups. Again, this speaks about camaraderie. This speaks about working with others. This speaks about, your spirit team, your soul team, that kind of thing. Y'all are working on something together, and understanding that, you know, if you have this mentality or this belief that you're the only one that's going to get you to success, if it's always me, I, Scorpio, then this is where spirit is really trying to get you to really change. You're needing to see it from a different perspective, and you're needing to sort of go into this place of receiving, right? So I feel that your action is, you need to learn to embrace the relationships around you. You need to learn to embrace the partnerships that are around you. Don't be greedy with your time. You really want to share your experience, your knowledge, everything that you've gained with other individuals. Now, what is your advice and your encouragement? The High Priestess. This is about leveling up. This is about seeing things in the unseen world. This is about truly seeing the bigger picture. It's understanding that there is so much, there's far more potential than you actually can even comprehend for yourself. It's about understanding that the sky is the limit. You could have anything and everything that you desire, but I feel that ultimately this is about you learning to really trust and have faith in yourself, that you can do what you say you can do. So this is your message, Scorpio. Let's go ahead and draw an additional card to see what additional information Spirit has for you. What additional information and insight can you offer Scorpio here, Spirit? What additional information and insight can you offer Scorpio? I want to point out, Scorpio, that I really am picking up here that overall, this is really about you needing to work on your own understanding and working on yourself. This is about climbing the mountain of self, learning to become the master of yourself. Now, you got number 25, which is birds of a feather. And that sort of brings me to this phrase, birds of a feather flock together. I really see that here with the Three of Cups. It's really about working with like-minded people, understanding that they're a part of, you know, when you have people that are of the same vibration or the same frequency as you, have the same likeness as you, that's your soul family. Those are the people that you need to be surrounding yourself with. So let's see what the book has to say about number 25, birds of a feather. Have you ever wondered how people naturally gravitate to one another and discover a surprising intimacy and connection? There is a kind of magnetic energy, like an invisible ray of light, that gently pulls people together to form something beautiful that can be shared. As in the sayings, birds of a feather flock together. It comes from an instinctual need for belonging, you might say. We need community to survive, to thrive, and grow. We humans are social creatures after all. None of us are meant to be alone. The concept of belonging is playing an important role in your life currently. Perhaps you recently found yourself in a group where you knew you were in the right place. Trust those strands of connection, for now is the time to thrive in the community. What you will find is a deeper and more expansive way of looking at the world by bearing yourself to others and sharing hopes, dreams, and ideas. However long you stay here in this journey of becoming who you're meant to be, connecting to community, and participating in fellowship is the best thing for you right now. You will flourish as part of a network of like-minded and like-hearted people. Stick to what feels good and resonates with your heart as true. When you understand the value of this community, you will discover everything you're hoping for and much more than you're expecting. Scorpio, I could not have asked for a better card to sort of help sum up this whole entire spread for you for this month. This is really about learning to really share your knowledge and sort of congregate with other individuals that are like-minded and have same ideas and inspirations as you. So I thank you so much for joining me here, Scorpio, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Namaste, guys.